3 days ago, my dad learned a new word, and honestly, that should have been the first warning sign. Most parents discover gardening, some discover yoga. My dad discovered Sigma. The moment he saw that word, something changed. He sat on the couch, opened YouTube, and spent 3 straight hours researching something that normal people forget in 6 seconds. At first, I wasn't worried. Then I heard him whisper, "Interesting." That was the exact moment I knew our family was in danger, because every disaster in our house starts with dad saying, "Interesting." The next morning, he called an emergency family meeting. Mom thought somebody broke the washing machine. I thought maybe we were getting a dog. The dog thought we were getting food. Nobody was correct. Dad walked into the room carrying a notebook. A notebook, like he was about to reveal a secret government project. He adjusted his glasses, cleared his throat, and announced, "I have discovered Sigma." The room went completely silent. Mom blinked, I blinked, even the dog blinked. Dad took that silence as encouragement. Then he began his presentation. According to Dad, Sigma meant discipline, Sigma meant focus, Sigma meant success, Sigma meant waking up early for absolutely no reason. Before anybody could stop him, he announced a new family lifestyle, Operation Sigma. I wish I was joking. Dad immediately created rules. No laziness, no excuses, no wasting time, no negative mindset, no complaining. I stopped listening after Rule 2. Dad was completely serious. He had charts, schedules, goals, timetables. At one point, he used the phrase maximize efficiency. We're a family, not a software company, but Dad didn't care. By the next morning, Sigma Academy officially opened, and apparently all of us were enrolled against our will. Dad revealed a schedule that looked less like family life and more like military training. Wake up early, exercise, read, learn, improve, repeat. The dog wasn't even exempt. Dad tried assigning productivity goals to the dog. The dog responded by licking his own foot. Honestly, best decision anybody made that day. Meanwhile, the rest of us were suffering. Dad treated every activity like a motivational speech. If somebody sat down, he appeared. If somebody yawned, he appeared. If somebody relaxed for 5 seconds, he appeared, like some kind of Sigma ghost. I couldn't even eat cereal peacefully anymore. Dad would somehow transform breakfast into a lecture about productivity. Mom tolerated this for exactly 2 days, which was honestly impressive. Most people would have revolted immediately. Instead, Mom remained calm. She watched, she listened, she observed, and then she made her move. One evening, Dad was proudly explaining advanced Sigma principles again. Mom interrupted. She crossed her arms, looked at Dad, and asked, "That's Sigma?" Dad smiled confidently. "Yes." Mom laughed, not a normal laugh, the dangerous laugh, the laugh that means somebody is about to get humbled. Then she said, "That's amateur Sigma." Everything stopped. Dad froze. I froze. The dog froze. Even the Wi-Fi looked nervous. 10 minutes later, Mom returned with an entirely new system. According to her, Dad's Sigma was outdated, old, primitive, beginner level. She called her version Ultra Sigma, and somehow she was completely serious. Dad accidentally created competition, and Mom absolutely dominated it. Every time Dad explained Sigma, Mom explained it better. Every time Dad created a rule, Mom created 5. Every time Dad made a schedule, Mom somehow made a bigger schedule. Within 2 days, Dad wasn't leading Sigma Academy anymore. Mom was. The entire house transformed, and somehow Mom became the final boss. She started ranking family members, actual rankings, performance reviews, productivity scores, efficiency ratings. The dog somehow kept moving upward. Dad kept moving downward. At first, Dad was second place, then third, then fourth. Then one day, Mom released the final rankings. I will never forget Dad's face. Number 1, Mom. Number 2, me. Number 3, a houseplant. Number 4, the dog. Number 5, Dad. Dad stared at the list, then stared at the dog, then looked back at the list. The dog outranked him. The dog. A creature whose daily strategy involves chasing invisible things. Dad requested a review. Denied. Dad requested reconsideration. Denied. Dad demanded justice. Denied. The dog sneezed. Mom called it confidence, and somehow his score increased. By this point, Dad looked completely defeated, and that's when he approached me with a secret plan. A rebellion against Mom, against Sigma, against rankings, against everything. The anti-Sigma club had officially begun. Dad looked left, then right, then left again, like he was selling classified government secrets. Then he whispered, "We have to stop her." I didn't even ask who. I already knew. Mom. We recruited the dog immediately, mostly because Dad thought every rebellion needed muscle. The dog thought we were giving him snacks. Dad created plans, charts, strategies, escape routes, backup plans for backup plans. At one point, he made a flow chart for a family rebellion against Mom. The confidence was unbelievable. The intelligence was questionable. Dad kept saying, "This plan is flawless," which is exactly what people say before disaster. And disaster arrived immediately because Mom already knew everything. She had evidence, photographs, records, receipts. Nobody knows how, but she caught us instantly. The rebellion collapsed. Then things somehow became even worse because now there were sides: Mom's side, Dad's side, and the dog's side, which changed every 10 minutes. The Sigma War had begun. Challenges happened, competitions happened, arguments happened. Nobody even remembered what we were fighting about anymore. Then something impossible happened. The dog started winning, challenge after challenge, victory after victory, until finally, the dog became champion. Dad stared in disbelief. Mom accepted it. I accepted it. Honestly, the dog deserved it. He was the only one who never caused drama. Peace finally returned. Everything was normal again for 6 minutes. Then Mom looked at her phone and asked, "What does Gyatt mean?" Dad thought carefully, then replied, "Maybe it's an organization." Mom smiled. "A prestigious organization." Then she announced, "Gyatt obviously means Gurgan Young Achievers Talent Team." Dad nodded. "Sounds prestigious." I wanted to disappear. The dog tilted his head, and just like that, the Sigma incident ended and the Gyatt incident began, to be continued.